All right, it's Untold Story time. This is the Saturday rub for the Ford Ranger.
Untold and untrue.
No, Brian.
Bill.
This is Untold Story number 2. Damien, very good last week.
So this dates back to 1991-1992 when BT was captain coach of Paran Footy Club. And while there's a lot of Triple M theatre around this story,
So for everyone out there listening, we're rehashing an old story.
So
there is some
that's
theatre
what
around it.
Untold
That's what
stories
we
are.
do. But I can tell you it is 100% true. And what we're talking about is BT bugging the opposition coaches' rooms. And just to recap, we had a person, the runner of the Paran Footy Club, who ran for Brian Taylor at the time, John Clarkson, last week, go on record.
Of which I denied.
That doesn't change the fact it's 100% right. John Clarkson talking last week about Brian Taylor's disgraceful behaviour. It's a story that is 27 years in the making.
27 years.
It's scandalous.
Where are we going?
We're going to go back to 1991 and 1992 when a certain big profile, big character was captain coaching a club in
now,
the
Damo.
then VFA.
Not Bristol.
Hang on a minute. Damo, I have told you for the last since 1991 that this is not true. See this antenna here? That's going to be belted on your head.
John Clarkson, Jim, he was the runner for Brian Taylor at Paran.
We're coming up against who are our nemesis. We thought, well, we need to get a bit of intel with what's going on. So we did record a little bit of information from their pre-game situation.
Just to back over this so there's no ambiguity about what happened here, he bugged the dressing room of an opposition before he played the game in the VFA.
I'm sure he'll verify it, don't I?
Bristol.
Wow.
He's down tools, by the way.
He's gone. He's
just
stalled.
Bristol.
You have legitimately cheated.
What are we dealing with?
27 years in the making, that story, Brian.
Just a couple of minor things. I have never heard of John Clark. I totally refute and deny all of your allegations. I'm telling you now, Damo, there are going to be repercussions over this.
There will be. And there will be, Brian, because it's 100% true.
Music as well, did you?
That was the dramatic music.
What a
Now, Bill, what have you got
try
today?
hard.
Because
How big was
Bill,
that?
what have you got today? Because that was John Clarkson last week. My phone blew up.
Yes, exactly.
News.com.au picked it up.
Because
the
they
lead
thought
story
it was a
last week.
true story, and of course they've published it on their front page. It was just the
Right.
fakey boys.
It's 100%
just a
true.
bit of fun.
Well, today,
This is big. Is this bigger?
Untold Story number 2, another layer.
Wow.
And this gentleman we're going to speak with played 186 games with Fitzroy, a very good VFL player. His name's Leon Harris.
What's he got to do?
He was heavily involved. He is now with the under-18 comp.
What's
very
he
good,
got
man.
to do with anything, Bill?
He coached Brian in the VFA back in the 90s. And
So
he,
what? There were lots of coaches back then.
yes, but he was the coach that you coached
I can't
against when you bugged
I can't
poor old
even-
Leon's rooms.
I don't even know which game you're talking about, Bill.
Brian,
You bugged his rooms. So Leon's
That's-
giving this speech,
That is not true. I didn't bug anyone's room.
and you've got your right-hand man listening and going, oh, Knackers is playing at centre forward. They're going to put Jono in the ruck.
Bill,
Brian.
I didn't bug anybody's room.
Well, you did. We heard it last week. It was confirmed.
I
last
was a
week.
playing
If we-
coach. I was preparing myself,
If
Bill.
we now get the opposition coach to confirm,
Well,
this is a massive story.
That's it.
Duck, we've already got the runner
This,
confirming.
Runner.
the runner, but I mean,
up,
just
front
to have
page
more,
Herald Sun
just
beer,
more,
pots of beer.
just more confirmation.
45
I mean-
pots of beer on the front.
46.
We're just getting Leon Harris now, who you coached against
so-
on this particular day, Brian.
Because Leon Harris, we had that beeping out last week of the interview with
Yeah.
John Clarkson.
So Leon
Legal advice was last week, don't go with club nor coach.
No,
But
we're not going-
We're free to now, clearly.
Well, we're not going with the club. We're going with Leon, who was the coach. And he coached against Brian when Brian, you bugged him. He's on the line now.
Not true, Bill.
Leon Harris, welcome to Triple M Footy.
Well, it is a pleasure, boys. It's quite entertaining.
And so you did coach against Brian in the VFA back in the 90s, yes?
I certainly did. I coached Werribee 90, 91, 92. I reckon the game that you may be talking about was in 91, I reckon.
Yes. And can you remember anything strange or unfamiliar in your change rooms, like little discs or
Little bugging devices.
bugging devices?
There were
in
two
your-
of them in your room. You may not have been aware of it. There were two of
A
them.
teddy or something sitting in the corner.
Well, I'd like to say yes, but I
Thank
can't
you.
be honest to say it was there, but
Thank you,
things
Leon.
happened after the game which
Oh.
made me a little bit suspect,
Oh.
but it's taken 30 years to actually get the truth, maybe. I'm not 100% sure.
So there we have it.
I'm
What-
not sure.
what
Leon,
happened?
Hang on. Before you go there, we have it from the coach that nothing happened.
No, Leon, what happened after the game?
Well, it was in the aftermatch, actually, and BT didn't turn up. So I thought that was
Strange.
quite strange. And then
Well,
I
we
sort of
lost,
asked the
Leon.
reason why. Yeah, you lost, exactly. Good call. And I asked why wasn't he here. He just said one of the club delegates said he was a little bit embarrassed. So I couldn't work out why. I thought he was embarrassed because one of our committee men
Yes.
he stood up behind the goals and abused him for the whole game.
Now,
And can you remember the vision of BT with the umpire when he was playing
Yes.
at Collingwood?
With the fist.
In the end?
Yeah.
Well, he was doing that regularly all day. And it was quite-
now
it was
this is
quite
fantastic.
honest.
It's fantastic, Leon, that you've come on and you've confirmed that Damien's story is incorrect. and did not happen.
No.
And a bit of byplay with a few supporters. Fantastic. I couldn't be happier.
You know,
I love this
Brian,
story.
They got a committee man to stand behind you, get you going. You weren't worried about the ball. You were worried about this committee man jumping up and down with your fist and carrying on.
What a
And
load
they,
of bullshit.
They put you off your game, Brian.
That's nonsense.
Even though he had the bug, they outsmarted
lost.
him.
They outsmarted-
It might have been the day I got escorted off by the coppers when I refused to leave the ground. They had about 10 police get me off the
No,
ground.
that was another game, BT. That was another one.
Oh, Mork. So, yeah, Mork. So,
Do you feel cheated, though, Leon?
Yes.
Because you always play by the book.
Well,
I don't feel cheated
No, of
because
course
I
he
think we were 6 goals up at quarter time and we ended up winning by 10 goals and we had the Brian Taylor show on display. So BT in those days, it was all about BT because he wanted the 50 metres arc to himself. So
yeah.
in those days it was 16 no wingers, but he pushed the half-forward flankers up to the half-back flank and the forward pockets up to the wing.
Oh,
he
you
could
are
have lots of
pouring some
space.
bloody
No,
cream
keep
on
going.
this now.
Brian's all
And
about
it was all
Brian.
about Booter and
Yeah.
poor old Fitzy who was playing on him. It was a little bit like, you remember when Calvin Moore and Mark Jackson show was going on? It was a little bit like that.
All right, Leon, that's enough now. Thank you very much for your contribution. Ta-ta. Ta-ta. Thank you very much. Leon Harris.
Yeah,
joining
well
us
done,
on
mate.
Thank you, Leon.
Football. And
We
gee,
just-
I
just go-
couldn't be happier because he has dismissed any talk about what you've been talking about, bugging rooms or whatever you crap. you're
Where
going
did
on
you buy the devices?
I didn't-
Was it an old
there
Dick
was-
Smith store? Was it?
with. There was no device.
It was an old
Hey.
Dick Smith store.
Mate.
Stan Cash, I think it was.
Hi-Fi.
I think it was Stan Cash.
I think you're getting mixed up with the walkie-talkies.
Oh, you have them as well, didn't
Well,
you?
we had walkie-talkies.
You had two
Runner.
bugs confirmed by the
I
runner
think
of the
I think it's got out of hand. I think you got mixed up with the walkie-talkies,
Walkie-
and now you've gone off in a technology path.
What about that? Sending a
can't
committee
afford.
member of the opposition team to stand behind Brian and just get into him, and Brian's got his fist up to him.